Kee Zhang has a very meaningful story for my family in particular, mainly because I remember my grandma having to wrap Kee Zhang and hang it in front of a house. And I wouldn't have known until much later why the significance of her doing that. But I would remember seeing her unhanging or unhooking the Kee Zhang in front of a house during Chinese New Year, cutting it into pieces and cooking it with green bean to make green bean soup. Really very nice and chewy. Rice dumplings evolves, but the purpose of eating rice dumplings remains the same. The stories behind it, why we eat rice dumplings, is really mainly because of the 端午节 festive season. My name is Edmond Wong. I'm the third generation business owner of Choo Kueh Chang. Katong in Joo Chiat is my hood. I grew up here. So Katong Joo Chiat, when I was much younger, I always remember the space to be very unique. There's the developed and nice rustic area. There's also the rustic area that's always like very rundown, but it's very free. You can explore around. Don't need to be worried about neighbors. You say, hey, don't come to my backyard. Yeah, so a lot of times people associate Peranakans being part of Katong in Joo Chiat, and that's true. So Katong used to be a place where people would come here mainly to find an opportunity to see the breeding or the spawning of sea turtles coming to the shore area. That's why this place used to be known as Tanjong Katong. The tradition of eating Kee Zhang with sugar, kaya, or the palm sugar still remains the same. So I think that's a plus because tradition and cultural delicacies like this continues to maintain as it is. Some people like to eat it while it's freshly cooked, and that will be very soft. And it's like muachi. When you unwrap the leaves, it tends to stick onto the leaf. Yeah? And some others would like it hung outside for slightly a bit, maybe 2 or 3 days, not too long. So my grandma would specifically remember that we have to use this kind of rice called 玄米. The process of having to ask the miller to get 玄米 means specially selected grains of rice. Yeah? This rice cannot have any transparency on them, or cannot have any transparency in them. It has to be fully opaque, white in color. When you have 玄米in the process of making your Kee Zhang, you'll have a nice chewing experience. And then she will hang it in front of the door, the house door, for a period of 1 year before actually having to bring out during Chinese New Year to eat them. Because of auspicious reasons, it's supposedly supposed to bring luck, wealth to the family. I can still remember when I was much younger, she would say that her grandma's Kee Zhang, when you open it, when it's fresh, you can see a reflection of your face. I believe what she was trying to express was that it has to be shiny. It still have that kind of gloss in them to show reflection of light, and that's how we still continue to monitor the quality of rice dumplings. When we open the leaves, it has to shine. The leaves also you need to soak in water because again, all leaves when come into Singapore, they're dried. Soak in water for at least 3 to 6 hours. To wrap rice dumplings, you need to add alkaline water into it. Back in those days, they used ghee. Yeah, now it's alkaline water. Then once you see that the rice turns yellow, that's when you can start to use them already. And then to wrap the Kee Zhang with the leaves. The wrapping process is really crucial. If you don't have this technique of wrapping Kee Zhang, yes, you can wrap the shape nicely, but once you unwrap it, your Kee Zhang will be hard. So only use the smooth side of the leaves to wrap Kee Zhang. If you don't, then you'll realize that your glutinous rice will always be sticking onto the leaves, and then you wouldn't enjoy your Kee Zhang after that. So it takes about 2 hours to cook a Kee Zhang back in those days, my grandma time. But now with compressor cooker, it might take us only about an hour or maybe sometimes lesser, 45 minutes to cook. Eating kueh is our family tradition. Eating rice dumplings specifically is our family's legacy. So when we make Kee Zhang, we always am reminded of my grandma. She'll say, when you're wrapping Kee Zhang, please, you must always remember qing gong. Qing gong means you need to be very delicate with your leaves. When you wrap, you cannot compress the rice. And you need to leave some space for the rice to grow. I think that tells a lot about family growth also, and that you need to leave some space to let us grow and develop. And that was what my grandma left behind for us to appreciate. I guess right now it's a delicacy that could be appreciated throughout the entire year. And it's not only just something that you hope to get during a specific time of a year.